The Battle Cats had many additions and features added over the years. Some are good, such as the new golden CPU and some other stuff. Not liked as much, but even then, most of them worked on a fundamental level, but for one feature that isn't the case. Let me introduce you to the most flawed feature in Battle Cats: the Ultra Talents. Being added to the game in 12.1 update, Ultra Talents are a second set of talents Ubers can get after being upgraded to level 60, and they work pretty much like normal talents, as an Ultra Talent can be anything from an extra ability such as Surge Strengthen or New Targeting, and even some stuff normal talents don't have, such as Reduced TBA. At the time of making this video, only 11 Ubers have Ultra Talents, and those being Megidora Akiraku Himeyuri, Kachi Kachi Coppermine, Shingen Zeus Masamune Nekaluga Ice Cat. As I said, Ultra Talents are accessible after upgrading an Uber to level 60, but the investment for that is stupidly expensive. We are talking about 12 million XP, 25 Uber Cat Eyes, and 15 Dark Cat Eyes, and that is not counting the life worth of NP you're going to use to get them. And sure, those can be farmed by playing XP stages and gauntlets and labyrinth, and with the golden CPU that would be easier than before, but the points still stand, as the investment by the time of making this video isn't worth it. But considering the cost for the Ultra Talents, they must be good, right? Sadly no, as most Ultra Talents sucks ass. Let's look at Akira Ultra Talents. He got a level 1 Surge and AKU targeting simple stuff, right? Well, in order to get them, you would need a damn 435 NP, which means a fully talented Akira would cost 1490 NP, which is just stupid, as even with that, his overall performance is still a bit above average. That is the case with most of the time, as the cost of the talents isn't worth the investment for what it offers. Hell, the only case of an Uber worth an Ultra Talent is Ku, as her Ultra Talents solve most of her problems and make her a valuable asset in the late game. But the existing of Nala and Luza and Doron kinda already deal with relics good enough. By the way, Ku is still good despite that, and investing in her is still the only case of Ultra Talents being worth it. But the question still stands. Why in the living hell would you use your resources on Ku, or any of the current Ubers with Ultra Talents? Most of them have an average performance, and the Ultra Talents barely do anything to improve a bit in their overall niche. To keep it simple, why would you spend your stuff on a mid-Uber just to make them less mid? Sure, you can make the argument that after you invest in them, they will be really, really good. And my respond for that? No shit, Sherlock, of course, after you spend ungodly amount of resources, of course, they will become good. In fact, it should be a requirement for them to be good, but investing that much in them isn't good as investing in already good Uber. And before you say not everybody have good Ubers, let me tell you something. You need to beat the whole of Stroy of Legends to unlock level 50, and you would need to play stages for days to get enough resources, mainly Dark Cat Eyes and NP. And you tell me in all of that time you couldn't get any better Ubers than those are shown in screen right now? That sounds like a massive skill issue to me. Let's do a quick recap on why Ultra Talent sucks. 1, the investment is too much for what it offers. 2, by the time you get access to them, you wouldn't really need them. 3, there is usually a better option to spend your stuff on. After hearing me talking about how bad Ultra Talents are for about 3 minutes, you would assume it's completely a lost cause. But that isn't necessarily the case, as I do have few ideas on how to make them better. The first one being making them accessible at level 50, or AKA, after beating Stories of Legends. That would save a lot of time and resources, and it will make more sense than being locked behind Dark Cat Eyes and level 60. The second one being either making the talents cheaper that they are actually worth getting, or make them worth the current high cost by making them overpowered. And the last one is, don't bother with Ultra Talents in the first place and focus on Ubers that don't have normal talents. Like Ponos Kasajizo is one of the OG Ubers in the game, and he is, to this day, talentless.